I'm ready.
Let's go, dog. You ready? Are you on? All right.
Rolling.
Algierstv, man. As you can see, I have the honor of sitting here. But first of all, I'm gonna tell you what we had, man. We over here at Landry Walker where champions are born, man. We in the building. It's championship week. I'm sitting here with Big Chief, Principal Casby. I mean, whatever you want to call it, make sure you put a chief on it. Make Chief Casby, appreciate it. How you doing
I'm
today,
great.
man?
I'm great. It's good to be here with you, Tori.
Coach, I really appreciate your time. I know it's a busy time for you right now with everything going on here at the school. Chief, let's talk about just the man that you are and what you mean to this Algiers community.
Well, first of all, you know, I give all praise to God.
Right.
First of all, and my parents who actually raised me here in the Algiers community. And, you know, my journey was really a great one because each step that I took, it had to be somebody else guiding me because there was a lot of pitfalls and shortcomings. And I could have got caught up in any one of them.
Right.
Because I have friends who are currently deceased in the penitentiary. And that was my friends.
Right.
But for the grace of God, my parents and my family and people in the community, which, you know, Algiers have always been a community of helpers.
Right.
And we're trying to get back to that step. But my journey was very short. I started out here at Landry as a graduate in 1971. Came back in 1978 as a substitute teacher.
Okay.
And from a substitute teacher, I became the first coach or first teacher to actually involve special ed kids in my programs.
Wow.
Or in the regular programs, as we call it.
Okay, okay.
And in 78, I had the, what we call the pro team or the special ed team.
Come on.
We had basketball and my kids participated in all the sports.
Right.
But anyway, I did that for like 11 years and then I went back into the gymnasium because I have a major in phys ed.
Right.
And from that point, I eventually became the head coach
of
all girls sports.
Come on.
Did that for a while. Then I became that leg director, head football coach.
Come on, man.
And that was the journey here at Landry. I left Landry in 1999.
Okay.
And that was after a good 20 years.
Come on, man.
Like I said, all those sports and athletics.
Right.
Coaching the football team, bringing it back to prominence, in my opinion.
I can definitely agree with that.
Over
I was
10
here.
years. And Hunger and some other staff members who I truly love, you know, those guys helped make me who I am as it relates to athletics.
Come on, Chief.
So then I did that for a while, and in 1999 I was told I had to change offensive coordinators, and I said, nope, can't do that.
Loyalty.
The guy said, well, we may have to change coaches, and I say, deuces.
Just like that.
Deuces, just like that. I took my praxis test to be a principal, and in 1999 I left here in 98. In that fall of 99, I became principal at McDonald 32 Elementary School.
Okay, I remember that.
And when I did that, I came back and told that guy who told me I no longer would be his head coach. I said, guess what, guy? We're going to meet together.
Come on. Just like that.
We went to meetings together because I was a principal and he was a principal.
Right.
And we had a relationship. I never, held any animosity.
No, not at all.
Because that wasn't part of my journey.
Right, that's right.
He did something that helped me become who I am now today.
Come on, Chief.
Because as I became a principal, 3 years later, because McDonald 32 became an academically school of academic excellence, because we moved them from academically unacceptable to a school of academic acceptance.
Right.
I was moved to the central office.
Okay.
I became a director of area schools.
Talk about it.
And I was over 47 schools here in the city.
Right.
And as I did that, Hurricane Katrina came 3 years later. So after those 3 years,
another change of plans.
Another change of plans. Like I said, my journey was, I guess, already mapped out. So in 2006, post-Katrina, I came back and opened up a PM high school. Okay,
I remember that.
And opened up the PM high school on the East Bank at Back Main.
Right.
And I did that for 3 years, and we had 100% graduation rate.
I remember that, Coach. I remember seeing the presentation thing for graduation on the Channel 6, one of the Cox cable channels. I remember seeing that, Coach.
And once they did that, they closed the open hospitals that you currently see on Tulane Avenue, the VA and the new charity or university. And this little building that rolls around on wheels. That's my school.
Okay. Come on, ain't that something?
And then I left there. I ended up in another part of my journey was at the Youth Study Center, which is a place for unadjudicated youth who have to go to school. Right. It was under a court decree, and they weren't having any schooling going on, so I had to put schooling program in there. Right. I also inherited Orleans Parish Prison, where guys who were sitting in the prison weren't going to school. Come on. So I worked with them. I put both those programs in place. We came out of the consent decree. The kids actually started doing real lessons because some of them was going back to their schools in the parish. Most of them was going deep into the system, unfortunately. And when that happens, we try to make sure they had a GED. Because most folks don't know that if you hit Angola, any one of those places without a GED.
Right.
You know, working in fields for a good 10 years.
Straight up.
Before they even put you in program.
Wow.
So that helped
Wow.
in both instances.
Right.
And of course, I stayed there for 5 years.
Right.
And lo and behold, I'm sitting home after surgery on my shoulder.
Come on, man.
February 2016.
Come on.
I said, uh-oh. The superintendent come along and said, Mr. Casby, we're going to change the program. We're going to outsource it.
Right.
Which means they're going to give it to some private company like they do with all our schools.
Right, right, of course.
And the human resource director came to my house and said, I need to sign this paper saying that we're not going to bring you back, but if you come back, you can go back as a teacher.
Came to your house with that.
And I said, Doc, appreciate you. But I'm not going to be a teacher.
Right.
But that wasn't my call.
Right.
I called a TRSL, about to get my retirement check in the mail.
Come on.
2 days later, I got a call from the Algierstv Charter School Association, Miss Renee Carter Lewis.
Come on.
Renee Lewis Carter. She
Right.
said, Mr. Casby, you're going to Landry as principal. And I said, whoa.
Right. Hold
I'm
up.
about to retire. What are you talking about?
Yeah, hold up.
Wait. She said, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you.
Just like that.
So at that point, I said, can I think? I couldn't even get it out. And I said, yes.
Right.
And so at that point, I called the wife, said, well, cancel that Winnebago.
Yeah.
You know, we
Shut it
going
down.
on vacation you're talking about.
No.
I'm going to Landry.
Come on.
And she said, well, God is good.
Come on, man.
Because, you know, like I started beginning this conversation, this is where I started.
Come on, Coach.
And to come back here is really truly a blessing, not only for me, because, you know, also my status in the community as big chief.
Right, of course, of course.
Hunters, downtown, IJ,
Come on.
Shawa.
Come on.
That's me.
Come on.
That's who I am.
Right.
But anyway, we accepted the challenge, and I came in, and I tell you, it's been great since I've been here.
Come on, Chief.
I have a couple of administrators that really support me. I have a staff that supports what I'm trying to do. And we know it's not going to change overnight.
Right.
But wherever God puts you, He's not going to put you somewhere where He's not going to help you.
Come on.
And so as you look at Landry Walker from the perspective that they try to say we were doing some negative things, and I'm not to say yes it was or it wasn't. I don't know.
Right.
But he also put in place, or have been putting in place, our athletic program.
Right.
Our band.
Come on.
Which is internationally known.
Come on.
Maestro,
the best in the world to me.
Maestro with a parish.
That's what I call it.
That's for you, Maestro.
That's best in the world.
You know, I mean, Coach Powell and them, they built the program.
Right.
His staff.
Right.
And as you know, today, we're just sitting here talking today, but we're talking about that Super Bowl.
Come on, man.
We're talking about the Super Bowl for us.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because when you say for us, we're talking about the LJ's community.
Algiers. Let me say this to you.
Go ahead, Chief.
I'm blue and gold to the bone.
Right.
I tell folks in a minute, I ain't blue here, I'm blue here.
Right.
So when you start talking about Walker, Landry, there's a lot of things in there that can go either way.
Okay.
But we have to accept the fact we're Landry Walker.
Right.
I'm blue and gold, I'm a Buccaneer.
And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm glad you said that, because I was a little frightened at first sitting next to you with the straight out of Walker hoodie on. You know, I didn't want to cross any lines or, upset you a little bit, because I know this might make you itch. But hey, I mean, I'm a Buccaneer from the heart too. Remember, this is where I started. You know what I'm saying?
So and the loins that you came out of is from Landry.
All day, my mama and my dad. I know you know. I know you know. Chief, how excited are you about Saturday? I mean, not just the fact that it's an Algierstv community event, but the fact that you watch these young men all season start off with a 0-2 record and just kind of battle through that whole situation right there.
Well, it wasn't really a battle, because out the gate, the two teams we played are two perennial teams, which both of those teams had the ability to go into the championship round.
Right.
One made it, one didn't.
Right.
And here we are with them, basically.
Right.
So for me, it wasn't so much that we didn't think we was going to make it. It was just a matter of when.
Right.
Because just watching them perform on the field against those two teams told me that we had something special.
Right.
And we had some kids that were special.
Okay.
And when you put those special things together, it actually comes to fruition. When you think about Tevin, when you think about Wop, and I don't like calling names, because all those kids collectively make us who we are.
Right.
And Landry Walker in itself is real.
Let me dive in right quick. Sure. I got one more question, and this is a personal one, but I know you're going to love this. Landry Walker is playing the Superdome against West Monroe, but the Etnacar Cougars are playing against Neville, and your grandbaby is out there. Talk about how you feel about watching that as well.
I'm going to watch that with a lot of pride, basically.
Tyler Casby, man, number 7 for Etnacar.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that with a lot of pride, because I watched Tyler grow up.
Right,
And he's really matured into a fine young man.
Right.
He's felt the fact of a football player.
Come on.
I remember Tyler didn't want to play football.
Right.
So now he's coming out that cutoff program, which I think almost, I say half of the kids on both teams have participated.
You got almost 35 cut boys playing Saturday.
Cut boys, yeah. You know, that's on that team.
And shout out to Coach Cubby for making it happen. That's one of your boys right there.
Yeah, Cubby's
one of your boys,
you know,
right
but
there.
like I said, when you start calling names, you always leave somebody out.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you know, those kids, their parents, and everyone in the community is out there supporting.
Man, Chief.
And we want to just make this thing something big. When I talk about the football program, once again, Landry Walker.
Right.
That's who we are.
That's right.
And that's who we have to be.
That's right. And Chief, I mean, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate your time and your words right now, because you've always been a father figure in my life. So I just want to tell you face to face, I love you and I appreciate you in our community, man.
Yeah,
no
and
doubt
tell that
about
guy, that other Algierstv guy.
Which one?
I think it's Courtney Hogan.
Yeah.
Tell that guy, you know, he's the one.
That's your guy, though. That's
my
your guy.
guy.
That was your running back. Yeah.
That guy listened to some other folks, he wouldn't have an opportunity to be under such a great coach as myself.
Ooh.
But since he stayed, he helped us go where we need to go.
Chief.
And helped change the Landry program as a whole.
I have one fond memory when I was playing junior high football for Coach Eric Richardson, and I'll never forget seeing you and Courtney Hogan race one day on Fox Field, and it was almost a tie.
I won.
You won that race?
I won.
Okay, because I was at a distance, but I would never forget that.
That was the way we ended practice.
Yeah, I would never forget that.
If you beat me, then you go in. See, if you don't beat me,
Courtney was one of the fastest people in the state. You won that race.
Yeah, because I just always cheat on you.
Give him the L for me, Chief. Give him the L for me. Algierstv, baby. One love.
One love.
Oh.